Hey Aaron, it's Neil. Welcome to Wayne's World or Neil's World. I'm trying to introduce you to bar chords, all right? Because that's going to make your playing accelerate, and you're going to have a lot more fun because you can play a lot more fun songs. So anyway, it's two common bar chords that you need to learn, and they're both. One of them's a little frustrating to learn, but then after you practice it 100 to 1,000 times, it just comes second nature, and you'll be able to play a ton of songs, and it'll make your playing a lot more fun. So anyway, here we go. The first shape bar chord, this is the hard one, is the E shaped, okay? And they call it an E shape because if you play an E on your guitar, you're playing it the natural way with your ring finger, middle finger, and pointer finger, okay? So if you just form a regular E chord, all right, you might be able to see that. What I want you to do is form your E chord differently. I want you to replace your ring finger with your pinky finger. I want you to do the ring finger above the pinky, and instead of your pointer finger, I want you to put your middle finger, in place of your pointer. Okay, so you're forming an E chord just like you normally would, but with different fingers. Okay, so that's why they call it an E-shaped bar chord. So see your finger that's freed up, that becomes your capo. Okay, so you just slide that chord up one fret, and now place your finger down on that first fret, and what you have there is you have an F chord. So anytime you slide this up the neck, now you got a G chord at the 3rd fret, A chord at the 5th fret. So that's why they call it a movable E-shaped bar chord. And the reason you can get a little bit more power by putting your thumb right in the middle of the neck board, and so you want to push again, apply a lot of pressure, because that's going to, your finger here is going to be the part that's going to be hard to fret those strings, okay? So you got a movable E, okay? So that's the E-shaped. So practice taking your hand off the fretboard and then sticking it back on as quickly as you can, okay? So take it off, put it back on, strum, take it off, put it back on, take it off, put it back on. Now a lot of times you're just going to be sliding around, but you're going to go to an A-shaped, which we're going to get to next often, okay? So the A-shaped bar chord is you might play your A with one finger, or you might use 3 fingers to make your A chord. Well, what I want you to do is take your ring finger and just fret those 3 strings to make an A, okay? And that's basically, now you have your capo again, slide that up and fret, and now you have an A-shaped bar chord, okay? It's kind of like a big power chord. Now on this particular shape, you're only playing the bottom 5 strings. You're not playing this low E note, okay? On the other E-shaped chord, you're playing all 6 strings. On this particular A-shaped bar chord, you're only playing the top 5 strings, okay? You're leaving that low E out of the mix, okay? So, and I do the same thing, take your hand off, put it back on. Now the beauty of this is, if you're on the 3rd fret with an E-shaped bar chord, you're playing a G, right? What a lot of songs have you do is you're going to slip down and just go right under with the A-shaped bar chord, okay? And now you're playing a C, okay? So a lot of songs go from the E shape to the C shape in just one movement. I'm going to try to show you what I mean by that, okay? I'm going to try to put the phone like this, okay? So if we're on the G 3rd fret and we're playing that E-shaped bar chord, well, to go down and get the C, it's in the same position where you just play the bottom. So a lot of songs might go G, 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 C, 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 G. So a good way to practice is going from that E shape to the C shape. It's just rolling your finger. Okay, so you can play, they call this the 1 root, run, 4, 5, 4, 1, 1, 4, 5, that's most rock songs. Okay, so E shape, switch your fingers, replace the fingers for your E-shaped chord. A shape, use your middle finger to bar the same strings you would for your A shape. And remember, you got your capo now with the hand, slide it up, and now try going all the way up the neck. Switch to the E shape, come back down. Now it's difficult because when you use this middle finger as your capo, you have to experiment on where you put it on the fret, like how close you put it to the fret bar, the fret, and where your finger ends up and the pressure you put with your thumb behind the neck. You can actually push it up against your body a little bit too to give you a little bit more pressure. But what's going to happen when you first play it, you're going to let the strings you're going to have a hard time pushing in. And you might get some strings but miss others. So you just got to practice, and when your hand gets stronger, you'll get them. Okay? I don't know. Maybe that helped, maybe it won't. It'd be better if I could show you in person, but thought it might help you get you started. Till next time. Wayne's World, party time.